Alright, I know we're still waiting on Kyle, but we're gonna go ahead and get started.
It's telling Kyle he's
Oh,
getting
there
an
he
ace
is.
ballistics issue.
Well, then he's not running ace right.
I think he's got something optional installed.
My head has no shot.
Probably. Okay. Alright, well, welcome to RASP. This is the second part of your training. We are going to cover a few things tonight. We're going to cover vehicle identification, helicopter procedures, convoy operations. We're going to fire the AT-4, do some 249 training, 40 mic training, and then we'll do a mount course, a little shoot house at the end there. Total run time is roughly 2 hours, but hopefully we can shave some time off that. If you have any questions about anything we are doing, please do not hesitate to ask. As most of y'all probably already know, I'm Rico. I'm the platoon leader here for 1st Platoon. I run all ground operations and all trainings, both during our normal operations and during any FTX that we do. Off to my right, I've got Staff Sergeant Dundon. He is the platoon sergeant, and he assists with everything to do with the platoon, and is also the 2IC for platoon command. Then you got Sergeant Shepard, who is the mortar section leader. He's in charge of laying down the fucking hate with the 60s. And over here you got Specialist Fryer, who is also in mortar section, and he has a DMR. So don't fuck up, he'll shoot you. But anyway,
Hell yeah.
we're going to start with vehicle identification. So we're going to head over to the dome over there. Apparently we have Sergeant Mason as well, who's 3rd squad leader, but he's hiding in the back. So y'all follow me, we'll get started.
Last time one of these chairs tried to kill me.
Yeah, y'all take a seat, grab some real estate, make sure you can see the board. There will be things on it. You'll either have to zoom in or stand up and walk up to it. Alright.
I didn't fix him. Alright. So as Rico said, Staff Sergeant Dundon. So we'll be going over Armor ID here. The goal of this Armor ID class, it's not so you become an expert and you could see something on the field and immediately know like the exact like specifics of it. It's just so you can get, you know, a general idea of what it is to be able to relay it, so we could properly deal with the threat. So as I said, right here, this is the purpose, just to make sure you can see what the fuck's out there. So for first one, we'll go over the ZSU. ZSU, also known as a Shilka. It's a light armored, radar guided anti-aircraft weapon system. Has 23 millimeter. It has 4 2A7 autocannons. They shoot 23 millimeter. Pretty much, they shoot down aircraft, right? And they're obviously a big threat on the ground. It's very easily distinguishable by its radar dish on the top, and then the quad autocannons. It's pretty easy to distinguish out of any other piece of armor that we will face in the field. And if you guys have questions, you can just fucking stop me and ask. Next one is the BMP-1. It is... Hello?
Yeah, can you hear
Yeah.
us?
Hello?
Yeah, sorry, my push to talk. BMP-1, you know, it's a fucking troop carrier, APC. This one is amphibious, and it's mainly identifiable by its boat-shaped hull, and has a low, flat turret, and then it has a visible air-to-ground missile. So when I show you the next one, you'll understand what I'm saying. Yeah, that too. If you guys can't see the board, either zoom in or you could just come up here and stand right in front of it. It's fine. But it's most easily identifiable by that missile, that white missile on top. They'll always have it if they haven't fired it. As for the BMP-1 Delta, the 1 Delta, it has the same armament as the BMP-1. The only difference is it has more armor, and it is no longer amphibious due to that armor. As you could, so it's easily identifiable by its boat-shaped hull as before. It still has that low flat turret. It still has that visible air-to-ground missile, but this one, it has a armor-plated skirt. So if you want to go back to the one for me, Rico.
Yeah.
So if you look right above the wheel hubs, see on the BMP-1, it's really high and rised, and then on the BMP-1 Delta, it's just lower and it protects more of the undercarriage. So that's the only difference. So if you guys were to see a BMP, you don't have to say, 1 or 1 Delta. Obviously, there is a difference, and game mechanic-wise, the BMP-1 Delta does have more armor, but it's just the general idea of, hey, there's a BMP-1.
The thing to keep in mind with these weak points is going to be the rear and the top, and it can be destroyed by just a simple AT4.
Yeah. As for the BMP-2, it's pretty similar to the BMP-1. It just has improved armor, and it has a upgraded weapon system. As you can tell, the turret looks quite different on it. The BMP-1, the BMP-2 is amphibious, just like the BMP-1, and this one's identifiable by, as before, the boat-shaped hull. But this one, instead of the low center turret, it has the rear-mounted turret. And then this one, it has another visible air-to-ground missile launcher. But instead of the 9K11, which is the white missile that's just exposed, this one's a orange tube that contains the missile inside of it. And then the only difference between the BMP-2 and the BMP-2D, it's the same as the difference between the 1 and the 1D. This one has more armor, and it's no longer amphibious, and it has that elongated steel armor skirt. So do you guys have any questions on either BMP-1 or 2, or their variants?
Not so far.
Okay, sweet. So the T-72. So there's the T-72 Alpha and the Bravo. The Alpha variant is the one that does not have the reactive armor plates, and the Bravo variant is the one with the reactive armor plates. The T-72 is a pretty distinguishable tank. An easy way to really tell, if you look here where the gunner is, it's kind of hard to see in this picture, but in front of the gunner, so if he was sitting in the turret and then he turned out, he has a sight block that's in front of him. It's that cube right there. Also, you could tell on some of the variants of the Alpha, they'll have a V-shaped, it's called a glasses plate. It's just a piece of armor that's shaped like a V. It's pretty thin, but it just sticks up, and it's to protect the driver from any shrapnel. So that's a key feature to identify it. But also, if you look at the barrel here, there's a bore evacuator on it. So it's just this little fat part on the barrel, and that's just to allow gases to escape when it fires. But when it comes to a T-72 identifying it on the battlefield, it is a key thing to notify if it's Alpha variant or a Bravo variant, because obviously the Bravo variants, that reactive armor is going to pose a huge threat to us. So
yeah, that's something that either Javelin or Air is going to have to take care of. The recoilless rifles, they will, I think it can still one-hit it. It just depends where you hit it at. But you don't want to waste AT4 at a fucking T-72.
Yeah. As for the BTR-60, it's an 8-wheeled APC. You can carry, I think it's like 8 dudes in the back of it, or 7 to 8. This has pretty much a Soviet equivalent to a 50 cal and to a 7.62 on it. They're pretty light armored, but the easiest way to remember a BTR is big rolling tires. Just use BTR and then big rolling tires, that acronym. It's the easiest way to identify it.
Bingo.
And then for the BTR 70 to 60, they're almost the same fucking vehicle. 70, it just has better sights, a little more armor for the crew. But this one looks more like a boat as opposed to the 60, but it still has the 8 wheels, big rolling tires. So pretty much, if it has tires, it's most likely a BTR.
What's it? The BTR 80 Alpha? That's the 30 mil autocannon variant, right?
Yeah, the 80 Alpha is the one. It has the turret a turret that's similar on the BMP-2.
Yeah.
So that improved autocannon. So that's what the 80 Alpha has on it.
We do encounter those sometimes.
Are we on the 80? Because I just only saw the 70.
No, we weren't on the 80.
Oh, okay.
We were just talking about it.
We didn't have a picture of that one.
So the BM-21 Grad, it's on a the base platform's a Ural, right? You know, Ural could transport troops, it could transport ammo, fuel, whatnot. But this variant, they take out the cargo and they throw on 40 122 millimeter rockets. These things are obviously a huge fucking threat because they will lay waste to an entire grid square. When these things are in the field, they're usually accompanied in pairs, so like 2s or 4s. By the way, it's just a truck with a fuck ton of rockets on it, right? So it's pretty easy to neutralize. You just shoot, just eliminate the driver, and then the gunner seat is operated from the passenger seat, so it's very easy to deal with. But this is definitely something huge to make sure to call out. The 9K38. So it's an Igla. It's a Russian man-portable surface-to-air missile. This is in a shoulder-fired variant, and then there's this awesome lawn chair variant. I believe their lock-on range is 3 kilometers, and their max distance they can travel is 5 kilometers. I'm not 100% sure on that, so I can't give you the proper answer on that. But just to keep in mind, if you see any of these are obviously a high priority, because then if these are in the AO, as you guys that were there for the FTX know, they completely remove one of our most useful assets from the fight.
Yep.
So this is a Mi-8. It's a Soviet, mainly a transport helicopter. In this variant that's pictured, this is unarmed, but there are other Mi-8 variants that these turbine engines that are on the sides. They'll have wings extend from them. I call them wings, but they're like about the size of these tables in front of you.
Like
they
pylons.
Extend and they'll have pylons. Thank you. They'll have pylons extended that'll have either dumb bombs, free fire rockets, or a form of autocannon on it. The armed variants will also, in this bubble in the cockpit, they'll have a gunner on there, and then they'll have a gunner on the rear right, which you can't see in this picture. So when it comes to identifying an Mi-8, you can look at it and you can just tell immediately if it has pylons or not. So it's just an armed Mi-8 or an unarmed Mi-8 is what the call out for that would be.
All right. Thanks, Don. So yeah, as far as the purpose of what we're doing right now, it's really so you understand what weapon system to use to, greatly increase our chance of destroying it with a one hit, or not wasting fucking munitions on something. And the other thing is, so when people see a BMP, they don't call it a fucking tank, because that's just completely misleading. We're gonna divert air assets to that, or try and get fucking 60 mil to fire near it, or smoke rounds to block its view. And that's just a whole waste. If it's just a fucking BMP, we can take care of that with fucking, a line squad. Alright, does anybody have any questions about any of the vehicles we covered? Alright, now, we have been fighting in Kenya, and we've been fighting a more unconventional force, so they haven't really had all of these armament pieces that we were talking about. Our last conflict down in Panama, in Venezuela and Colombia, they did, against the CGSA. They did have these, and if y'all are reading the news reports that are being posted, it does look like some of our potential, next candidates for us to deploy to, they're going to be rocking some heavier equipment and heavier fucking armament. So it's good to know this shit. And like Dunn said, we don't expect you to be experts on it, but just knowing what it looks like and being able to identify it is half of the fucking battle. Alright, so quick review of BCT stuff. Does everybody here remember how to do, fucking basic radio setup, and then also how to do an additional frequency on their radio?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Alright, does everybody understand the difference between self-aid and buddy aid?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Copy.
As far as infantry formations, do y'all remember what a fire team wedge is and what a squad column is?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions about how the chain of command works within a platoon hierarchy, like the platoon structure? You got 2 fire team leaders, and each fire team leader has a team of 3 guys. Each fire team reports to a squad leader, so there's two teams per squad. That squad leader has a medic with him. So our squads are comprised of 10 people. And there's there's 3 of those line squads, line infantry squads in a platoon, and then a weapon squad, which right now our weapon squad has been sacrificed in order to fill other spots, but they would typically have the 240 Bravos, they would carry the Javelins, Carl Gustavs, they would carry the heavier equipment because they are not supposed to be a, maneuver element. They're supposed to be a base of fire and a stationary, element. Does everybody understand what all that is? At least basic, like it makes sense when I'm talking about it. It's not like
Yes, it makes sense.
Okay, I'm not asking you to draw me a picture of it. just enough to be like, okay, I'm fucking tracking what he's putting down. All right, cool. Well, if nobody has any questions, we're gonna move on to the next part. Y'all follow us outside. Alrighty. Okay, so we're going to go over helicopter procedures real quick. First, this is going to be when we are boarding a helicopter, so when we're getting in it, and this will be when we are in a controlled environment. So like on an airbase, a FOB, inside of a training area, you will line up where those red arrows are behind you. You'll line up in a single file facing towards the helicopter. You want to stand outside of the blades, outside of the arc of the blades, and you will wait to be told that you can board the aircraft. Now, the purpose of this is, A, we're either going to count y'all off for if we're doing air assault. Also, the helicopter might spontaneously combust when it starts up, so the further you are away from it, the better your chance of survival is. So there is a purpose to lining up and waiting to be told to board. It also just looks a little bit cleaner and more professional. The way that you would do this in the field is you don't have to line up, you don't have to wait to get in, but you still want to kind of go at it at a single file and remember that you can enter the aircraft from both sides. A lot of the times I see people trying to get in and like a whole squad will line up, or not line up, but they'll gaggle fuck right near the door. You can break that down into one fire team on the left, the other fire team on the right, fucking both y'all get in. And, shut the fuck up and wait for your squad leader to say, we're all in. The other thing that I'm going to talk about is intercoms. Inside the aircraft, we are on an intercom by default. Please, for the love of God, if you have the desire to talk in the aircraft, get off the intercom. It's not that loud inside the bird, believe it or not. So just jump off the intercom and save everybody, their sanity. You can obviously remain on it if you don't have that sudden urge to talk all the time. But just try and keep the chatter to a minimal. When the pilot calls 30 seconds, just everybody stop talking. All right, only essential comms need to be said at that point. All right, everybody tracking on that?
Yep.
All right, so behind you is how you dismount an aircraft. Each one of these red arrows represents where you would want to stand, or get to roughly. You crouch or go prone in a 360-degree arc around the aircraft. So we have full coverage of anything that wants to attack us while we are on the deck, which is when these aircraft are the most vulnerable. Does everybody understand what these arrows are representing?
Yes.
All right,
Yep.
cool. Y'all follow me. Go ahead and do your enhanced movement just to make sure you still got it set. Outstanding. Oh, there we go. All right, so we're going to go over some of our vehicles that we use, okay? This first one here is the, now these next 3 vehicles are all MRAP variants, okay? They are all MRAP variants. I'm going to say that again. They're all MRAP variants. Instead of just calling it MRAP, we call it by its fucking name so we don't get confused. This is an RG-33, okay? Some people call it the battle bus. Some people even call it the bang bus. But RG-33 is the name that we're going to call it. That way there's no confusion. It's not like somebody's like, oh, go get in the RG-33. You're like, okay, which one is that? You should know. It can hold 11 people in the rear and a crew of 3. So driver, gunner, and the front passenger, which is called the TC. He is the truck commander, and that's usually reserved for the squad leader or the highest ranking person who's going to be in that vehicle. They are the one that's essentially in command of that vehicle. Okay. And all of the MRAPs that we rock will have the ball turret on top, at least the ones that the squads utilize, which can be a 50 cal or Mark 19. Next, we've got the MAT V, which is a much smaller vehicle. It's primarily used for like headquarters and for mortar section, sometimes another detachment of something. This one here that has the ball turret can hold a crew of 5, or a total number of 5. So 3 people in the rear and 3 people in the rear. 2 people in the rear and 3 crew. That's the number I'm trying to get to. Driver, gunner, TC, and 2 packs in the back seats. There is a Crows variant of that, and Crows just mean it's a computer-operated, remote-controlled fucking weapon system, and that will be you'll sacrifice a seat for that, so it'll only be a total of 4 people if it's the Crow variant. All right, next we've got probably the most common vehicle that we utilize, which is the Cayman. This is just like the RG-33. It carries the same number of people, so for a total of 14, and it will always have the 50 cal or Mark 19 on top. Anybody have any questions about the different MRAPs that we utilize? All right.
What is the main difference between the Cayman and the RG-33?
Honestly, it's just the shape. It's the body style. If you come to the rear, you notice how it's a lot more angular of the actual hull versus looking at that. It's much more square and bus kind of like. That's the biggest difference. If you really wanted to get technical, there's probably some more differences, but in Arma, I don't think it makes a difference. Now,
Gotcha.
the EFP plating, which is this plating on the side, that will help these vehicles survive RPG fire. So just because there's an RPG fire at you don't mean you got to jump out and run away, because the thing's not going to go catastrophic. All right. Any other questions? All right, cool. All right, last we've got the ICV, infantry carrier vehicle, more commonly referred to as a striker. We do utilize a few different variants. I didn't bother to put any of those here, but this one is the just the troop carrier variant. It's got the 50 cal Crow system on top. There is a tow variant, which will have a tow launcher. And there's a route clearance variant, which sometimes we might utilize, but we haven't thus far. There is also an LRAS 3 variant, which is basically just a really high-powered fucking optic that headquarters or mortar section could use to help direct fire. It will hold a total of fucking 12 people. It'll hold 9 in the rear and then a crew of 3. Anybody have any questions about any of the vehicles or the helicopter procedures? All right, cool. All right, we're gonna head back to the armory and we're gonna get some gear, and then we're gonna go shoot some shit. All right, everybody grab their rifleman kit, and I'm sure some of y'all have already changed the optic. That's perfectly fine. Anybody that doesn't know, you are able to change the optic to anything that's in the box, as long as it is designed for a 5.56 platform. And yeah, fucking.
I thought it was 4 times under, right?
Yeah, anything is 4 times
Yep.
under, which is mostly all the things that are designed for the 5.56 platform. last but not least, anytime we are in a training environment, which we are right now, go ahead and go weapon condition 4, which will mean take your magazine out of your rifle, or you can put your weapon on your back. Those are your two options. I just don't want people shooting each other on accident. Trust me, it happens.
You could put your safety on.
Yeah, you could put your safety on, but just take your damn finger off the trigger and you'll be fine. Last but not least is the NVGs. We use the USP variant, so you can ACE interact with yourself, go to equipment, go to USP, NVG, and toggle them off. Kyle, you will need a helmet. Hey, Thrift.
Yep.
Do self-interact.
Yes.
Go to equipment, USB, NVG.
And off. Yeah.
Yep, there you go.
Yeah. I just hovered over it and didn't do the.
Yeah, now you're good. Now you look like everybody else. The purpose behind that is you don't want to look like an idiot running around with NVGs on your head, okay? We're not that kind of Milsim. Alright. I'm going to teleport us to save us some fucking time.
Nice.
All right. Hey, first we've got two types of dismounts. First is what's called hard dismount. Hard dismount, everybody gets the fuck out of the truck. Okay. Before you jump out, make sure you are given the all clear to get out. Your squad leader or team leader said, "Hey, you know, Paxton, get the fuck out. We're moving on." Wait for that. Otherwise, stay in that damn truck. You're much safer inside there than you are outside. The other one is called soft dismount. Soft dismount just means everybody except for the driver and the gunner will get out of the truck. So that's if we're going to use the vehicles to maneuver, you know, with and or have the vehicles shift off to somewhere else while the squad maneuvers somewhere else. So keep that in mind. As the driver, you're not going to be sitting in that seat the entire op. I don't want people to think like, oh, I'm stuck as a driver. That's all I'm ever going to do. We do make sure we rotate those people through. And if we ever do utilize vehicles for a long period of time, that is something that squad leaders are very aware of. They don't want to, you know, fuck people over. So don't be afraid to drive. Don't be afraid to gun. You will have a purpose. Okay. All right, we're going to, for the sake of time, we're going to teleport again. Alright, y'all follow me up here. Alright, so I'm going to preface this next course by saying there are 1,000 different ways to clear a room. I was taught a different way in basic training. Dunn was taught a different way in boot camp. Shepard might have learned something in another unit. You might have learned something in another unit. There are 1,000 ways to clear a room. All that I want to, you know, fucking make sure we pass down is communicate, teamwork, and never fucking clear a building by yourself. Those are the 3 things that I want y'all to take away from tonight, okay? That's it. Now, we are going to go through the proper stacking and pushing into a room. I understand that in Arma that doesn't happen very often, especially because it's very fast-paced and the AI don't react very well. So it's usually a 2-man team pushing through the door and they shoot everybody in the first room and then move on. I get that. But I want y'all to learn a little bit more about what room clearing is, and it will help you understand why there's a purpose. You know, there's a method to the madness. Okay? So just keep that in mind, alright? Alright, so this is your typical stack when you're up on a building. The stack means, you know, the 4 guys in the fire team just get up on the building, and you are each covering a separate sector. That's what these arrows on the floor are representing, the direction that you're supposed to be looking. So point man, which is the first guy, he's going to be watching the doorway. You got second man, who's going to be watching kind of off to the fucking, you know, 11 o'clock. And then you've got third man, who is going to be the team leader. Third man is always team lead. And he's looking off directly fucking 9 o'clock. And then you got rear guy, who is looking usually at the 6 o'clock. or thereabouts. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Roger.
Now we're gonna run through some, live fire exercises in the shoot house. The targets will, they'll go down, but they'll pop back up. They will not shoot you. We're not there yet. So y'all follow me. All right. Y'all go ahead and stack up on the building, and whoever lands in that third man spot, you will be the team leader for this exercise here. And I believe we have 5 trainees, so we'll have to rotate one of y'all through.
Question: should we be like loading our gun for this or no?
You can go ahead and load 1 30-round magazine, yes. Does anybody else, instructor-wise, want to go inside and watch?
Yeah, I'll go.
Okay. Please, for the love of fuck, don't shoot my instructors. Alright, so I'm not going to nitpick to start with. We're going to let y'all run through, see how you do, and then we'll go from there. Remember, this is a building exercise. The purpose of this is to teach teamwork and to fucking communicate. So what I'm looking for is y'all to be talking, okay? What I mean by that is verbalize what you see, what you're doing, where you're going, what's going on. Everybody tracking on that?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Roger.
All right, so Kyle, you will be team leader for this. What that means is that you need to ready the stack up. Readying the stack up means you're basically just going to, Kyle, you're going to call out, ready up, and fourth man is going to say, 4 up, and then third man's going to say 3 up, 2 man's going to say 2 up. As soon as first man says 1 up, everybody who's facing a different direction will turn and face towards the door, and then team lead, you will call breach it, go, whatever the fuck you want to say, but you got to say that word. You got to say that positive confirmation that we are good to go and you fucking clear. And then at that point, Paxton will open the door, and y'all will, fucking move in and shoot anything that's there. Sound good?
Roger.
All right, so weapons up. Kyle, get them ready. It's your show.
All right, weapons up. Sorry, what was I supposed to say again?
Ready up.
All right, ready up. All right, sound off.
Yeah, Fletcher, as soon as he says ready up, you say 4 ready, because you're fourth man.
4 ready.
Now 3.
3 ready.
Be ready.
1 ready.
Go, go, go.
Going right. Going left.
Going mid. Watch the stairs. Somebody behind me for stairs?
Behind you for stairs.
All right,
Going up.
clear
Someone
stairs.
behind
you,
Going up,
Paxton.
going up.
Gotcha. Pushing.
Going right into this
Going
room.
right.
This room's clear.
I'm up for
Hop on it. Ready?
Top floor clear. Top floor clear.
top floor clear.
Bottom 4 clear.
All right, index. Index means end of exercise. Y'all come back down here. Okay, so first thing, you never go upstairs until the first floor is secure, ever. So when Paxton came in and he saw this contact and he shot him, make sure you say 1 down or contact down, so next guy knows that there are people in this room and he should be aware of that. Second guy moves in, and he's now focused on either the stairs or that fucking doorway, whatever direction he decided to go, which was the opposite of the first guy. Whoever does stop and cover the stairs, you can just stay here and hold this while the other 2 guys of the team clear through that back room, right? Clear that corner and then clear that back room. Fourth man, he's watching the door. That's his primary job, is to watch this door once we come in. So who was Fletcher? You were last man. So your job is to watch this door and make sure nobody comes through it. Hell, you can even close the motherfucking door if you want, but you better be paying attention to that fucking door. Now, once the first floor has been cleared, and that, command is first floor clear, at that point, then you can proceed upstairs. You don't have to stack up. You don't have to fucking say 4 ready, 3 ready. You don't have to do all that, but you do have to wait for somebody to be on your asshole. So unlike in real life where I could tap you on the shoulder, I could fucking grab you, I could hit your ass a little, you got to say, hey, Paxton, I'm on you. Let's go. You got to fucking be vocal. You got to be verbal. You got to talk. That's the whole point of talking. We lose that peripheral vision here in this fucking video game. You lose that feel that's around you, so you're going to have to make up with it by talking. Overall, not bad. I know it sounds like I'm fucking harping on y'all for a lot. I do get pretty fucking anal about this shit because I think it's a very important fucking skill to know, rather. And I feel like I have some decent knowledge on it. I'm not an expert by any fucking means. But once you move upstairs, that first floor better be fucking clear. And fourth man, you can move upstairs too, but you can hold on that staircase where Fryer is and fucking cover this entire fucking, entryway. And you now have both that door and this door covered if somebody comes into this living room. Or what probably would be a living room. Everybody tracking on that one?
Yeah.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Y'all go back outside and we'll run her again. And then this time I'll let the instructors say what they see.
Should we swap positions or want us in the same positions?
Swap positions and one of y'all step out so Coffee can jump in.
I'll step out. I'll step out.
Okay. We'll run a few different fucking times through. Just want everybody to be in a different position, and I want people to remember, communicate. All right, Thrift, it looks like it's your show. Y'all inside the building ready? All right, sounds good. All right, Thrift, get them ready.
Ready up.
4 ready.
3 ready.
You ready?
1 ready.
Go.
Breaching. 1 contact down left.
Watching stairs.
1 more left there. Clear in this room. 1 more contact down. Bottom clear. Bottom clear.
Back upstairs.
Alright. Behind you.
Right on you, Kyle.
Left side.
Right room.
Getting left. 1 guy down
Contact down. Second contact down.
Yep.
Room clear.
Alright, room clear. Room clear.
Top clear.
All right,
That's clear.
so building clear. All right, index, good shit. That was a lot better. Y'all come down. All right. Shepard, what you see?
Pretty good. I like the trigger discipline of not shooting me. That doesn't always go that way. So, odds are on Sunday, you guys will probably be the first ones through the door when we have to capture our HVT that we're looking for. And we have a not so great history of keeping them alive.
Yep.
So, I applaud you on not shooting an unarmed person. You'll need to make sure you carry that over to Sunday. One last thing. Make sure before you push into a new area, you always have somebody behind you. Even if you have to wait like 5 seconds for someone just to catch up with you, it's always worth it because one of you pushed into this room by yourself, and if you would have got mowed down by a machine gunner, then there's no way anybody would have been able to help you. Because if you at least push in 2 guys at a time, one of you's getting shot and the other one's shooting back.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
always at least wait for a second guy.
Yep, and that's what I was talking about earlier. Like, you never want to clear a building by yourself, and you definitely don't want to clear a room by yourself. All right. Who else was upstairs? Fryer, were you upstairs? What else?
I basically had the same thing to say for Shepard because I was essentially did the same thing he did. I was next to one of the targets in that room to the side, and it's nice to see to actually stopping and looking for even if it's like half a second before blasting the fuck up because apparently that happened on Wednesday and
Yep. Trigger discipline.
it's kind of frowned upon.
It's a big, wow, it's extremely frowned upon because if we kill this HVT in Kenya, then as we pull out, it's pretty much going to be a fucking loss on our record. And we have yet to, we've yet to have to pull out of a region and call that a loss. So make sure you PID, positive identification of your fucking target. All right. The only fucking thing I saw was when you came through this door, you stopped to shoot this guy. I understand that it's easier to shoot while not moving, but that's why in Arma you got those different stances. You can keep moving and still be a effective shooter. Just get the fuck out of the way of the door. Because if you stop in that doorway, the guy behind you can't come in. He can't help you. Everybody tracking?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
We're going to run her again. this will be the last iteration in this house because y'all are getting familiar with where the targets are. So make sure you switch up positions and somebody else step out so Paxton can jump back in.
Step out.
But vast improvement from the first fucking go around.
Gotta step away for 1 moment.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be 4. I'll be 4.
Oh man, am I one? Oh jeez.
You got this coffee, no big deal.
All right, Paxton,
You
it's
right.
your show. Get them ready and get them in there.
Alright, what are the calls? What are the calls?
Ready
So
up.
yeah, you'll say ready up, and then you'll go from 4 down to 1.
Alright, ready up.
No, Paxton, third guy's the
Yeah,
man in
third
charge.
team.
Oh, my bad, my bad.
Ready up.
4 ready.
1 ready.
3 ready.
2 ready.
1 ready. Going
Go,
in.
go, go.
1 down. Watching stairs.
Alright.
On you, Fletcher.
Watch the stairs.
Clear.
Final 4 clear.
Roger.
Going up to the stairs.
On you.
Everybody ready?
Ready.
Alright,
Ready,
going
ready,
up.
ready.
Wrapping around. 1 down.
Got you on this door.
On it. Ready.
Breaching. Building clear.
Building clear.
Outstanding. All right, index. All right. All right. Hey, that was a hell of a lot better. Mason, Fryer, y'all have anything to add to that, Mason?
I nearly got shot in the face, but
Well, you do have a rifle in your hand, so maybe that's.
Yeah.
no, it was like right next to my head because of the angle he fired.
All right. Well, hey, from the first go to the third go, fucking night and day. That was so much better. Now, I'm gonna nitpick, but there's a purpose. On the second go around, the team leader was the first guy up the stairs. You never want that to happen. I understand that a good leader should lead from the front. He should be the first man through the door. And in real life, I agree with that. But in Arma, you just can't be fucking Rambo as a team leader because these AI fucking aimbot you and you just drop. And now your whole team is fucking headless chickens. So, please, as team leaders, try and not be the first man through a door. Be second, be third, you know. Just keep that in mind. Otherwise, fucking outstanding. Y'all did fucking great. Does anybody have any questions? Any of the trainees tonight have any questions?
No, sir.
Negative.
Negative.
All right. When y'all were on the stairs and everybody was like, ready, 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 that was good. That's all you need. You need just that, hey, fucker, I'm on your asshole. Let's move. You know, that's all you need. You need that little fucking words of, you know, affirmation that you're right there and I love you. Let's fucking go. All right. I know that turned Abel on.
Absolutely.
All right.
Can't get any harder.
I already had a football practice. I already got that fucking talk from my coach 100 times.
All right, we're gonna move on to convoy ops. So bear with me.
Bye.
All right.
Talk away.
Okay, so everybody take a look around. You see the MRAPs that are around us right now?
Mhm.
They are in a formation. Can anybody tell me what this formation that they are in is called?
Staggered column.
Yeah.
They're 45 degree, roughly 45 degrees at an angle off the road. They are about 10 to 15 meters pulled off to the, you know, the side of the road. They are staggered, but it is not a staggered column. It is what's called a herringbone. Herringbone is exactly what I described. It's the vehicles are staggered. They are pulled off the road roughly at a 45 degree angle, and they are covering different sectors. this is your typical formation whenever you come to a halt, whenever you come to a stop, rather, in a convoy. So even if it's for fucking 30 seconds or, 30 minutes, you want to get into a herringbone if you're the driver. You want to immediately pull your vehicle off to the side of the road and hold there. Now, anytime we stop, engines off, okay? Because the engines are loud, they're fucking annoying, and you're just wasting fuel. So engines off, and listen to what's going on. The other big purpose behind doing a herringbone is so that the road here is open. If a civilian vehicle needed to pass or a friendly vehicle needed to move from the rear to the front, they could do so. Everybody understands that?
Yes, sir.
For extra credit, what type of MRAP is that? Let's see who was paying attention.
The battle bus.
The Cayman.
No,
MTAT. Yeah.
Yeah, MATV.
33.
MAT V.
That's
I thought
this
33.
is- Yeah.
The Cayman's a rounded version, isn't it?
So Paxton,
No.
Or-
This is the Cayman because this is because this is in the bus.
Yep, Paxton's right. This is
Cayman.
the Cayman. The RG-33,
Paxton.
which is the battle bus, is over there. And the MAT V is a hell of a lot
I
smaller
see
than
now.
both these vehicles. Everybody
Or
tracking on that?
Shadowplay. Yes, sir.
Good job, Paxton. You get a high five. You get the honor POB.
Big brain Paxton here.
Big brain.
Easy way to fill up the windows.
Good noodle sticker.
A good noodle sticker. Yeah.
It looks longer, the RG-33.
All right. So we're gonna go over convoy operations. Now, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to talk for a few minutes straight. I'm sorry, but I will try to make it fucking interesting, and I will keep everything that I'm saying relative to what we are doing. Okay? Convoys are near and dear to my heart because that was something that I did in country for about 13 fucking months straight. So, when we are in convoys, the main purpose of the convoy is to move from point A to point B. The longer we take bogged down in some bullshit little engagement, the longer that we are, not accomplishing our mission. So, if you take small arms fire, which small arms is anything from like an AK to a fucking PKM, if it's something small, we can keep moving through that. We don't have to stop. We don't have to engage it. If we start taking fucking RPG fire, we start taking fucking mortars, anything like that, we can continue to move, but we need to be cognizant of the direction that we are traveling, and we might have to change course. If it's something like a fucking autocannon that's firing at us, we need to immediately change course, get off the road that we are moving on, and probably, jump out of our vehicles and return fire. That call will be made on the spot, but I just want everybody to be aware if we get ambushed and it's just fucking some dickhead with an AK, just return fire and keep driving. Alright. Y'all can look at the boards and understand what those are, but convoy operations, the driver is responsible for obviously fucking driving the goddamn vehicle, right? But he is also responsible for keeping the spacing and the speed on point. So spacing meaning the space between the vehicle in front of you and your own vehicle. And then speed, I think y'all can understand what that means. You can hit delete, which will be your speed limiter. So it will actually stop your speed from increasing any further than what it is when you set it. And it will give you a little prompt in the corner. It will say, hey, speed limiter on. Turn it off, you just hit delete again. So convoy speed and spacing will be given over the radio by the convoy commander. He'll usually say convoy speed 50, spacing 30 meters. So speed is 50 kilometers per hour, spacing roughly 30 meters between each truck. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yep.
Okay. Spacing is for two reasons. It's to help with desync so we don't fucking butt fuck each other's vehicles and blow up. And if one truck hits an IED, the second truck can usually stop in time that they don't ram into the back of it. Also, sometimes drivers don't know where the fuck they're going and they slam on the brakes and the vehicle behind them smashes into them. So keep your spacing and keep your awareness about your fucking course. Now, the TC, which is the front right passenger, like I said before, who's usually the squad leader or the highest ranking person, he is in charge of that vehicle. It is his truck, and he says when it moves, he says when it stops, he says when it fucking everybody gets the fuck out, okay? So wait for those calls. It is his job to fucking navigate for the driver. So let me say that again. Your squad leader will navigate for you. Drivers, you don't have to worry about it. You can bring up your little fucking Android or your microdagger or GPS or whatever. You can bring that up and watch it, but it is your TC's job to say, all right, left turn, 100 meters up here. Fucking, you see it? You see it? Okay, left turn. It's his job to do that shit. As a driver, you just got to focus on speed, spacing, and keeping that fucking thing on the road. The fucking third person that's a part of the crew is the gunner. Now, gunner arguably has one of the most important jobs. He is in charge of security of the entire vehicle. But he also is going to be the one that operates the radio, the long-range radio that is inside each one of these vehicles. And he, as the radio operator, will say things over the radio like, you know, first vehicle rolling, first vehicle making left, last vehicle making right, you know, first vehicle coming to a halt, last vehicle coming to a halt. So those are the key things that you need to get in the habit of saying over the radio. Every truck in between the first and the last, you don't have to say your turns. I really don't give a fuck if second or third vehicle made a left, because as long as I hear first and last, everybody should have fucking made their turn, right? As the gunner, you do need to call out contacts. So if you start getting shot at from, you know, say the left side of the road, Vic 2, you know, takes fire, he'll be like, Vic 2, contact left. So now everybody that's after Vic 2, so third gunner's like, oh, I'm 1, 2, I'm number 3. Okay, I need to focus on the, you know, that helps everybody understand where that contact is. It helps everybody understand what side of the road it is. And if he can, give a distance of the contact relative to the vehicle. So if it's close, if it's right up on the road, you could say, you know, Vic 2, contact left, danger close, or close. If it's far, or he doesn't know, he could just fucking leave it. He doesn't have to say that. He can just say contact left, you know, vehicle 2. But you want to get in the habit of saying your vehicle with vehicle number so we know who the fuck you are. Okay? Because I don't know all your voices. I maybe will one day, but right now I don't know who the fuck you are. Everybody tracking on that?
Howdy.
Dragon.
Just a quick question. What is the command for the vehicle radio?
So long-range radio will be used. You can transmit using control caps lock.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Now you can rebind that to something else. I have it on my mouse. It's easier to push one button instead of holding down 2. But that is the default TFAR command. Now I want to say something real quick. As the gunner, if you are taking fire, focus on shooting. But don't forget to communicate that you are receiving fire. So as soon as you get shot at, talk. Shoot, then talk again, okay? Like, I want you to remember that it is your job to shoot the fucking cocksucker shooting at you. But also, I need you to tell me and the other gunners what side of the road it is or where you think it's coming from. Everybody understand that?
Dragon.
Okay. Now, when you make lefts and rights, it'll be the driver and the TC's job to say, hey, you know, we're making left, call it up. You know, he'll say shit like that, or if you're one of those high speeds that are paying attention, instead of shoving their thumb up their ass while the op's going on, you'll know you're making a left turn. So just get in the habit of that. We're gonna run through some training ops, some training scenarios rather, for convoy. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna have Thrift. You'll be the gunner of vehicle 1. So you can go ahead and get in now, and you'll have.
Cover sectors of fire?
Yep, good point. Hey, come back real quick. So sectors of fire. So lead vehicle, focus on the fucking 12 o'clock, directly front. Second vehicle, you get the fucking luxury of picking if you want to watch the 3 o'clock or the fucking 9 o'clock. Whatever way you fucking pick, third vehicle will pick the opposite. Alright? and then as many vehicles in the convoy, they'll do the opposite of the one in front of them, all the way to the last vehicle. Last vehicle is the 6 o'clock gunner. He will always be facing rear. Now, what does that mean? That means that if something shoots us on the left side and you're watching the fucking left side, it's your job to shoot him. If something shoots us on the right side and you're looking left, you don't have to fucking traverse over if you're not receiving fire right at your vehicle at that time. Because chances are, by the time you fucking traverse that gun, A, the contact's dead, or B, we fucking drove past his ass and you don't need to worry about it no more, or C, some fucker's now taking advantage of you not being on the left side and he's shooting you from the left. So it would behoove you to fucking not switch sides just because some dickhead shot at you. Okay? You could turn in, you can fucking, face away. You already are. These vehicles have armor plates on them. You should be fine. Don't be scared. That's all I'm saying. Alright, Thrift, you're going to be gunner for Vic 1. Look at that. Look at them fuckers over there.
Well, that's
Is that other training going on?
Yeah, that's SOAR training right now. They're doing
Yeah,
it.
SOAR.
They're working on formations tonight.
That's sweet.
Hell yeah, that's pretty fucking cool. Alright, Shep, you'll be the TC for Vehicle 1. Yeah. And then I'm gonna have Coffee be the driver for Vehicle 1.
Copy that.
Alright, we're gonna have Fletcher, you'll be the gunner for Vehicle 2. And Paxton will be the fucking driver for Vehicle 2. And Abel, you wanna be the TC for Truck 2?
Sure.
Just watch what's going on in there and report back. Hey, make sure you go over 8.5 and speaker, I forgot to say that. Alright, Kyle, you're going to be the gunner for Vehicle 3.
Hey, Thrift.
Roger.
Yo, Mason, you want this or should I?
Fryer, can you be the driver for Vehicle 3?
Copy.
And Mason, you'll be the TC for Vehicle 3.
Roger.
Don, are you back? Oh, I didn't know you were back.
Yeah.
I didn't see. You can jump in any one of the vehicles.
Receive.
8.5, check.
I am trying to figure out how to put it on speaker. I actually forgot. I remember now. Yeah.
Speakers on the actual buttons down the bottom.
Radio check, over.
There we go.
Gunner 2 receiving.
Gunner 1 receive.
Gunner 3 receiving.
All fixed. This convoy command. We are Oscar Mike at this time. Follow the pre-planned route. Break. Convoy speed will be 2.5. Spacing will be 30 meters.
Convoy 1 rolling out.
Vehicle 3 stepping off.
Turning right, Convoy 1.
Last vehicle turning right. Contacts. South.
Convoy east side.
Fire to the east.
1. Pick 1 turning right.
Last vehicle turning left.
Goddamn.
Pick 1 right. Contact front. Pick 1 taking on the right. Pick 1 taking a right.
Last vehicle taking a right.
All VIX, convoy command, increase convoy speed to 4-5.
Contact right left side. Convoy 1 taking right.
All VIX, go ahead and herringbone, hold.
Pick 1 taking left.
Last Vic taking right.
Herringbone right.
Hey, can y'all not hear me on 8-5?
Okay,
I
now.
hear you.
Well, that's not a fucking herringbone, guys. What the fuck is that?
Victor, you're gonna back up. And go on left side.
Hard dismount 1.
All VIX, go ahead and engines off, hard dismount, meet me in the center. Yo, over here.
Over here. That was my fault on that misturn. I forgot you're pro, so I got distracted.
All right, the misturn, that happens. I mean, the worst thing you can do is stop and back up, which is what y'all did. You want to just keep going and fucking adjust route, you know, just say, hey, we're going to fucking go this way. We'll make a left in the field, push through there. I don't know why y'all kept driving past me and then fucking all pulled off to the same side of the road. But I said convoy halt back there. So get in the habit of stopping when convoy halt is called. Now that is just the first vehicle. First vehicle, as soon as convoy halt is called, you stop. Everybody else can still catch up, but if you don't stop, nobody else is going to stop. They're going to keep fucking going because they're following you. Alright?
Yeah, that's my bad. I saw the red arrows and I was like, oh, okay, that's where we're supposed to pull ahead.
Yeah, no, I got you. It's fine. Alright. TCs, do y'all have anything to add on? From your perspective?
Not from vehicle 2, no.
Okay.
I didn't hear much verbalizing of content.
Yeah, I didn't hear much on the contact front. When you take fire, guys, you have to call it. You have to say what direction it's coming from. I mean, at the very beginning, I heard somebody say contact east, which was correct. But you know, you don't have to say east. You can say left because we're all facing front. Like the direction the convoy is moving is always going to be fucking forward. So if it's left, it's going to be left of the front vehicle. But east is not a terrible thing to say. At least you said something. Because when y'all got in that city and you started taking contacts from both sides, y'all just kind of stopped talking. But I wanted to demonstrate how hectic it can get while still trying to make left turns and right turns. Fucking the gunner's trying to shoot and talk. It's all happening. All right, it's pretty complex, skill, and that's why we work on it here in training. This is something that we will, perfect over time. This is something that I don't expect you to be experts of today. So, keep that in mind. Anybody got anything they want to bring up or add? Any of the trainees?
Yeah.
Fry, you had something?
Yeah, so firstly, for gunners specifically, anyone who might end up being at a gun, make sure your long range is on speakers, because if you're in one of those turrets, you're the most likely person to die in that entire vehicle, and you're the only one access to a radio, and if we can't hear said radio, we're fucked. Secondly, once we're in a combat scenario and we're rolling, you need to keep up constant communications. Like, you need to make sure, what enemy is where, who's shooting at him, while keeping situational awareness around you. And also, don't slow down. Even if you're in a town, you need to go fast, because if you're going slow, you might as well be sat fucking still. And if you're sat fucking still, you're gonna die.
Exactly. The convoy speed is there for a reason. 25 is usually the speed that we keep in cities, in towns, villages. Try and keep to the speed. It's a fuck ton of different shit happening all at the same time. So, all right. Did anybody else have anything? All right, cool. All right, y'all follow me. But honestly, though, y'all did fucking good. I don't want everybody to think that you did shit. That was pretty good. I'm not just getting on to y'all for shit. I'm saying that was good. All right, hey. So first, this is our training map. Y'all have been on it a few times. Some of y'all were at FTX yesterday. This map is always going to be running on our server, our main server, unless we're doing operations. So on Sunday is the only time this map isn't running. You are free to jump on at any time, run through these trainings. Go to a fucking a shoot house, go to the fucking patrolling area. Eventually there will be a computer that will spawn AI for you. You don't even have to worry about Zeus. This is for you to train on. With that being said, these blue flags are teleporters. Every time you see a blue flag, you can go up to it, scroll wheel, and it'll say teleport to. So go ahead and teleport to the range, and I'll see y'all out there. Alright. Now, instructors, if you don't have Ear Pro, there are Ear Pro in these boxes here. Because I keep forgetting to add it to the fucking ammo. The fucking thing. Oh, god damn it, Dumb. Why didn't you say something before we left?
You were talking.
Well, interrupt me. Hold on, I'm gonna place one real quick.
Dude,
They're
they
robbing.
think they're all going down.
When two Black Hawks love each other very much.
One of them's probably Tron.
Yep. Building this training map was worth it just for that. All right, hey, y'all follow me real quick. All right, first, who can tell me what that MRAP is called?
Oh shit, that's not the Cayman. That's
Matt
not
V.
the 35. That's the.
What's the Matt V?
It's the Matt V, exactly.
The
It's the
Matt
Matt
V.
V, and this is the.
RG33?
Nope.
RG33.
That's the Cayman. That's the
I
Cayman.
know.
That is
Cayman, that's
the-
Cayman. That's Cayman.
You can tell from the hood. Look, I got you.
Yeah, but I like to stare at the task more. You know what I mean?
Hey, Dunn, can you go over the vehicle ammo?
Alright, so default Arma, the vehicle ammo is just like a virtual number. Well, we utilize a mod that produces actual ammo cans. So, if you give me a sec. So obviously, there's different ammo cans for different vehicles. You know, between like 50 cal, Mark 19,
Oh.
etc. But it's an
Like
actual.
a real wood do it.
Yeah, so there's a physical ammo can that you can pick up. You can grab them from the arsenal, and you add them to the vehicle, and then
That's cool. So
the vehicle it then acts as a magazine, and you'll be able to see. So it pretty much it takes away the virtual ammo and makes it a physical ammo.
Yep.
Obviously, you know there's 50 cal red tracers. I think there's that I even think they add blanks. I mean, obviously we don't use that. And then there's Mark 19. So the 40 or the 40 bike mics, and then like 40 bike mic smoke variants as well. So one thing, whenever we load up vehicles or on ops, if you guys all come and you look in the inventory of the vehicle, you'll physically be able to see it. It's just called ammo can 100 times 50 cal.
Yeah, y'all can check the inventory. Check the inventory of that one, and then that one's a fucking Mark 19, so you can see the difference. But also,
all right.
you should be able to tell that that vehicle that Thrift and fucking Abel are at is different than the vehicle in front of him, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
This is the RG33.
This one's a bang bus.
This is the bang bus, yes sir.
Bang bus.
Better way to tell is from the windows to the back.
Yep.
There's more of them.
There's more windows, exactly. I think somebody else said that earlier.
Yeah, Shepard did.
Yep.
Yeah, and then on the Cayman, you guys face each other, and on the RG33, you guys sit like back to back, face to face.
Exactly. All right. Dunn, Shepard, and Mason, do y'all mind running them through the AT4 real quick? Have them fire, 2 rockets each, and then we'll move on.
Yep.
All right, y'all follow them through to the AT4 range on the other side of the T-walls there.
So, with AT4 you have 2 options, but you're basically always going to be using the same one. You've got heat rocket, you've got HEDP rocket. Heat rocket is high explosive.
Yeah, they're just showing off.
HEDP is high explosive dual purpose. So, that's more, I believe that's more for like fragmentation and like anti-personnel.
Yeah.
And,
yeah.
yeah.
You would use a HEDP for like a fortified position. So if you got a bunch of dickheads sitting inside of a building or trenches or whatnot, that's what you use the DB for. And then obviously, as you said, the AT's anti-tank for vehicles. You could also use the DP. You could use that one on like light vehicles, like a technical, for example. I mean, in reality, you probably don't need to fire an AT4 in a technical, but but it's just that concept. It's for light to no armored targets. So it's good. We'll have each of you guys make sure you have an AT4, a heat AT4, and then we'll break you guys down into groups of 2, and then we'll go ahead and go from there. Yeah, you can come over here, Jeff. You're good.
So who am I supposed to be over there?
Come on over here, man. Alright, so to use the AT4, pull it out, and then you gotta prep the sights, so you do that by hitting R, and you should pull out the sights. There you go.
Alright.
Now when you're aiming at further targets away, you could use the backslash on your numpad to open the sight a little bit more. Test that out if you wanna.
Okay, cool.
Yep. Now, before you shoot it, you always want to be mindful of your back blast. Make sure somebody clears the foyer, so you want to say back blast, clear, and then wait for somebody to say clear. And then you say rocket before you fire it, and you let it loose and she fucking flies. One thing you want to note, like, as of right now, you're a little bit close to this wall behind you. The back blast can bounce off that and hit you. I don't know if that's like a real thing in real life, but it definitely happens in Arma, so make sure you get up on the sandbag all the way just to avoid that here. Yep. Okay, so I'm gonna call out a target and I want you to try hitting it, and then I got another one on my back for you, I'll drop for you.
Gotcha.
Alright.
Let's go ahead and hit this burnt out tank right here in front of me. How far do you think that is?
I'd say
my
just
bot
over
blast?
100.
Oh yeah, range it and send it.
Alright. Back blast clear.
Clear.
Firing.
Look at it. Nice.
Gotcha.
Alright, you can drop that empty one and I'll give you another one. Here's another one.
Back blast clear. We're clear. Rocket, rocket, rocket.
Alright, let me give you another target here.
I'd say between 2 to 300, maybe 250. Back blast clear.
Clear.
Firing.
Yeah, it just drops. So it's
Go ahead and throw that in there. If you feel like you want to practice some more, go ahead and grab another one. We can do that.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll grab one for you too, so then you have two.
Which target you shooting at?
Okay, take it out, prep it.
Alright, if y'all are done, you come back over here. I think there's a couple guys that want to fire a few more, that's fine.
Obviously, Paxton and Thrift, page up, page down, changes your fucking range while you're aiming down sight, so.
So page up and page down, you can
You ready,
change
Fletcher?
0 on your
And then
sight.
another thing,
Yeah,
Paxton and Thrift, I guess to keep in mind,
Take it out, prep it.
let's say if your AT guy goes down,
There's a
and you need
target
your
way
AT,
out there that's
I mean, it's
kind
kind of hard to
range
show
that
you
thing,
right
and I want
now,
you to try and hit it.
but you could ace
That
interact
all
with
the way
someone
out
when
there
they're
with the first time.
unconscious to open their inventory, and then you could drag it off of them so you could access it.
323,
So.
go ahead and range it and send
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know, you can do the same thing with fucking anything that they have on, anything that's not in their backpack, so.
Back blast clear.
Did y'all go over the trash cans?
Firing.
Yeah. Yeah, you can throw your used mantra in the trash.
That way we don't clutter it.
Oh yeah, we just left ours out there. I'm not gonna lie.
Littering.
Littering and smoking the reefer.
Short.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, a little short.
All right. Hey, the other two launchers that we use here, the Javelin and the fucking Small, we're not gonna use those tonight. That will be a weapon squad. You know, if you get assigned a weapon squad, that'll be something you'll use there. I think we got one more guy firing.
Back blast clear.
Clear.
Firing.
Outstanding.
That was pushing the range too. That was 323.
Fucking beautiful. All right,
Things, bro.
y'all follow us.
Hey, Chef, but do I need a second range stuff if you want to move this?
All right, so here, once you get to the range, there's another place you can teleport to. It's called Hilltop Range. So go ahead and use this flag, and I'll meet y'all there. Hilltop Range. All right.
Where are we headed to?
Hilltop range.
Thank you.
All right, so you guys come over to the arsenal. You guys have probably already noticed, but in the arsenal on the server, we have also other loadouts that are obviously other classes. So if you guys go to your default loadouts, it's there. You guys go ahead and grab the 249 kit, and then after you grab your 249 kit, go ahead and just go in your backpack really quick, and then go to like magazines and go ahead and throw a spare barrel in there. You'll have to filter it by all magazines, and then you'll have to manually search it.
So we're getting the M249?
Yep.
And what we're getting another magazine from the arsenal?
You're gonna grab a spare barrel kit. I think by default this backpack's too tiny, but
Yeah, they're giving us a fucking hydration pack. What the hell?
yeah, it's just the default we have set up. You know, obviously everyone chooses thing, but just you go ahead and just swap your backpack out really quick, and just make sure you grab a spare barrel kit or a spare barrel.
Where's that under?
It's under magazines, so it's gonna be under the 3 magazines instead of the singular.
Okay.
And since we loaded a new kit, let's go ahead and take our NVGs off our heads.
I'm still having some trouble finding it here.
Yep. You can just search it once you click magazines. You can just type it in.
Got a.
I only see the 1 magazine. Where do I see the 3 magazines?
It's below the 1.
Let me see if I can.
So on your right.
I just like the backpack. Yeah.
Yep.
Got it.
Copy range card.
What the hell is this scope?
It's the MGO. It's a machine gun optic.
You to use, and for tonight, I want you to use it because that is what the Army gives all of their fucking 249 gunners.
Right. What's if I copy?
I got a spare barrel on the gun, hopefully.
All right. So yeah, you guys got your spare barrels. You can just stand over here. Make sure we just take our MGs off our heads, and we'll go ahead and kick off this last portion.
I don't see a spare barrel.
You'll have to go to backpack and go to the fucking...
The 3 mags, right?
Yep, and then type it in. Just type in spare.
It should be at the very bottom, bro.
Oh, the very
the
bottom?
M252 tripod.
That's where it was.
Oh, okay, that's why I didn't see it. Gotcha.
Make sure you have your backpack selected in a bigger bag.
I think I actually am autistic, or I just can't fit it.
Make sure you get a bigger bag. You're not wearing one right now.
Yeah, you gotta grab a backpack first, Thrift.
Oh,
this
yeah.
side. Gotcha.
Grab the patrol pack.
I'm trying to figure out how to identify the difference between mine and yours first before I get yours.
Back.
Oh, at the top it's 8_65 by 39.
Yep, and then if you go to magazines, the icon of 3 magazines, not the icon of 1 magazine.
Oh, it's on the right. Haha.
Yep.
I don't know. It might
have it.
Does yours just say 556?
Alright, Coffee, just take your MGs off your head, and then we'll be good to go.
Oh, yeah.
Then it might just be
Do
the
I
board or
have
something.
it?
Oh, yeah.
It's top left.
Dark outside.
Yeah, it's much being weird.
And then once you guys are good, you can go ahead and I'll bring it in over here.
So if I copy yours now, copy open range card, open range
Got
card
it, Frith?
copy. Yeah,
Like I thought I did, and now here I am trying to get it again.
Here,
so I'm-
here. Look at the ground. Look at the ground. I got you. I'm
I
just gonna
genuinely
drop-
got it. I apologize. Yeah,
There you have it.
I now have it. Thank you.
Alright. So the squad automatic weapon, right? This thing's fucking bread and butter.
Yeah, that thing's heavy as
Come on,
fuck.
your copies, you hear me.
How do I deploy it?
Alright. So this saw it's fucking bread and butter,
Set
right?
up over here or something.
You know, it's weapon design to put as many fucking rounds downrange as possible. We do utilize a mod that makes the AI react to
Wait a
suppression,
minute.
and that is one of the key jobs as a automatic rifleman. With automatic rifleman,
I think I grabbed the
you need to be
remote.
very
Wrong one.
cognitive of your ammo consumption because it's fucking fun to
that's the
shoot
wrong
and
one.
it'll be
You can have
really
the
easy to
launch
rip
slot.
through 1,000 rounds.
Yeah.
So that's something to always keep
It's
in
in the
mind.
backpack slot, don't worry.
When
Better.
firing it, how you dictate your rate of fire is how often you fire. You will always fire the same burst. So like a 3 to 7 second burst, you know, I mean that's obviously varying, but there's like a phrase that's used in the military. It's a die motherfucker die. So like every time you pull a trigger you just say that to yourself. But if you're politically correct, you could think of something else. But so
Those are
I'll go
family
ahead
of
and show
three.
that example to you. So you guys just come over here and I'll show you
Those
that
are
example.
Family of three. Those are family of three.
I like
example's gonna
Abel's.
it's gonna go as follows. It's gonna
Those
be
are family of three.
I mean,
really simple, right?
personally, my
Now,
favourite length
your
of
burst, you never want to change your burst. You want to keep like the your burst always the same. But you know, if I need to pick up my rate of fire, it's gonna be die motherfucker die, die motherfucker die. Or if I need to slow it down, it'll be a die motherfucker die. You know, wait a couple of seconds. The best way that the saw is employed within the squad, so you have 2 AR gunners, and they'll do something called talking guns. So with that, let me get Thrift and Kyle. You guys want to get up here and set yourselves up?
Remounting.
All right. So with that in mind, Kyle, that first group of targets that I just fired at, go ahead and you're gonna fire a burst at it, and then Thrift, you're gonna wait about 2 to 3 seconds, and then you'll fire a burst, and then Kyle, you'll wait 2 to 3 seconds, and then you'll fire a burst. Essentially talking. So you guys are alternating which weapon system is firing, but by doing that, you keep a constant rounds downrange, suppressing the AI or suppressing the enemy. So Thrift, go ahead, Kyle, go ahead and give me a burst. Thrift. All right, wait a couple seconds. All right, so you're going to slow it down now. Your burst is still going to be the same, but you're just going to take longer pauses between each other. So go ahead, pick it up, Kyle. All right, ceasefire. So it's a simple concept, right?
Yep.
Now with that, obviously,
Hey, bro, if you
with your ARs,
JSRS on.
say with this weapon system, if you're fucking reloading, you better make sure everyone and their fucking mom knows, right? So
as opposed to like a normal.
the reason is that so if Kyle is the AR in our fire team and he's fucking reloading, now everyone else has to pick up for that compensation. So doing that, you know, he would let his team leader know, like, hey, I'm fucking reloading, right? Over the radio, all of his guys know. Then depending how close his other team's AR is, he'll either, you know, Thrift will either hear him say he's reloading or it'll be relayed to him on the radio. And then now Thrift knows that instead of that, he now has to pick up Kyle's fucking slack. So as opposed to Kyle firing and then waiting 3 seconds and Thrift firing, now Thrift is gonna he's gonna be doing that double firing. If that makes sense. I don't know if I explained that weird. Do you guys understand that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
my
so
only
you're
question
taking up
is
the
like,
slack when
Yeah,
you
I
reload.
got you.
yeah, so I'm gonna shoot, wait, and then shoot again myself instead of.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. So
got it.
it would normally be Kyle, then you. It's just gonna be you, and then you.
Yeah.
You're gonna
got
do
it.
the die motherfucker die thing.
Yeah. obviously, that's just a common phrase. Obviously, you don't have to fucking say it out loud, but if you want, it'll probably make someone's dick hard if they hear it. But it's a constant thing because with that mod that we have, it actually changes the values of the AI. Because I don't know how familiar you guys are with Arma, but the AI values in Arma, there's like 10 different categories. There's like their courage, their accuracy, etc. And with them being suppressed, not only will they like physically react by getting into cover, but those values they get a debuff to them.
That's actually kind of sick.
Yeah, so that's why it's very useful to do. Another thing with shooting, typically your fire team will be like, hey, fucking, suppress that, and then you guys are just gonna fucking suppress it, doing talking guns. Your team leaders dictate your rate of fire. But then there's also another thing. It's called like watch and shoot, right? Because you just shooting the same fucking spot. If all the dudes are dead there, now you're just wasting ammo. So then what you'll do is you'll just fucking be sitting there waiting for targets. Once you see a target appear, you'll go ahead. You'll obviously engage the target to try to kill him, and then maybe send and then probably an extra like 2 to 3 bursts there, to suppress and keep his head down, and then you'll keep watching again. Then, if he puts his fucking head back up, you re-engage. But you don't want to just be sitting here just fucking finger on the trigger, just blowing through ammo, because it's so fucking easy to do. And then obviously with that, weight is a huge issue as well. You need to make sure you're within a certain weight, because once you get too fucking heavy, then you can't run, and now your entire squad's gonna be waiting on you. So enough of me fucking talking. Paxton, Coffee, and Fletcher, let's go ahead and get you on this other bunker over there. I'll go ahead and do talking guns to the 3 of you, and then we'll move on to the Grenadier. All right, so how you guys are gonna fire this? You two, you guys are good to come over here. All right, so how this is gonna go? Fletcher, you're gonna be the first man firing. Paxton, you'll count to 3 in your head, then you'll fire. Coffee, you'll count to 3, then you'll fire, and then I'll go back to Fletcher, etc. Right? So Fletcher, when you're ready, engage your targets with your burst, and then just make sure we're doing talking guns with 3 guns here. All right, ceasefire. So, simple concept, right? Obviously, this also applies to, vehicles, right? If we have vehicles in the defense, that's something that you can always do as well. The same concepts apply. The same concept also applies to, if you guys are ever in weapons squad, you'll be utilizing the MG40 Bravo. That applies as well. Last thing on the gun. So if you guys go ahead and self-interact with yourself. So control Windows, and then you go to equipment. You can check the temperature of your weapon. Obviously, you guys have barely fired any rounds, so you're not going to have a weapon temperature. And you can also check the temperature of your spare barrel. But the more rounds that you fire, your weapon gets hotter. And with your weapon, and the hotter your weapon gets, it's pretty much a random number game chance that you're going to get a jam. That's how it works in Arma anyway. I'm explaining to you how it works in Arma so you can understand it. So, my weapon's 100%, or my weapon is 0% temperature. So if I fire right now, there's a 0% chance it's going to jam. If it's at 10%, then there's like a 10% chance. Whatever the fucking values are. So then you'll start getting jams and whatnot. And when that happens, that's when you'll want to go ahead and swap your barrel out. So you guys can go ahead and swap your barrel. We'll go to equipment and swap barrel. It just does a fancy little animation. Takes about a couple seconds to do. Then boom, I got my new barrel in. So by doing this, you want to, make sure you don't want a barrel to get 100% hot. You want to try to, once you get to 50% heat level, maybe swap them out. But do you guys have any questions on the 249 or how it's employed?
No, sir.
All right, Rico, you got anything?
Nah, you did fucking great.
All right. So let's go grab the Grenadier kits now. Keep in mind, the default Grenadier kits do not have any magazines in them. So that's something you'll have to do on your own. But we don't need magazines right now. So you guys are good. Same place you guys grabbed your 249 kit, you can go ahead and just grab the Grenadier. And you don't even gotta touch it right now, because you should have some grenades on you. And obviously, you know, we'll fucking take our NVGs off our heads. Because when we load a new arsenal, it does that.
Is there a way to check your NVs out?
You could check if they're on if you go to, you know, control windows, equipment, NVG, and if it says, if you only have the on option, that means they're off, or you could look at the ground and see your shadow.
Got it.
So, so the M320, right? Just a 40mm grenade launcher. It's employed the same way you would employ a fragmentation grenade, but except it's farther distance, obviously. With that being said, though, it's really easy to fall short or to, you know, go far of your target. Whenever firing it, you know, I'll go ahead and show you guys how we do it. But so if I'm gonna fire, you know, a 40, either I'll do it on my own will, or my fucking team leader is gonna tell me, hey, done, and get a fucking 40, you know, in that house or whatever it is, right? So I'll fucking sit here, you know, I'll get lined up, you know, I'll get a rough range, and I'll say 40 out, and I'll send my 40. So fucking spot on, right?
Nice.
So now with smoke, smokes, they're kind of, they fucking suck.
They're kind of useless.
They're useless. The mod that used to fix them fucking has been updated in forever. But if I fire smoke, right, you know, I'll let someone know, hey, you know, fucking smoke out, fire my smoke, and now you're just gonna see it bounce across fucking all the map.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, so, you know, with smokes, as you see, they're kind of fucking useless. You know, like some ways you could use them. Like, I could fucking fire, say I want to get fucking smoke in front of me, I could just fucking fire it right here at the fucking ground. You know, I might have a better fucking chance. But
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You're
Holy
skipping
shit.
stones. Holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
The velocity is so bad.
Yeah,
You're
so
a
they do,
quarterback with that arm.
right? So, but, you know, with the smokes, you know, you could utilize it in a way. So if I wanted to fire fucking red smoke to attempt to mark the enemy, right? Obviously, it's gonna fucking bounce all around the place. But if I fucking get smoke out, and then I could fucking see where it lands, and then from there I can go ahead and tell my, you know, tell whoever, like, hey, there's fucking contacts southeast of that smoke, that red smoke, 100 meters, and then they'll look for the fucking red smoke that's halfway across the map, and then they'll be able to tell. So it's not entirely useless, but it's mainly useless. So just keep that in mind when using smokes. But what it is really useful for is IR illumination flares. That's very useful. Obviously, we have mortars for that as well. But in the event that we don't, you know, you guys could pop a IR illume round, flares as well, obviously. So, there you can see, I fucking fired that red smoke 50 meters, and that's where it bounced. But with that, we'll go ahead and fucking get you guys up here. Also, something, so to access your grenade launcher, because some people don't know this, you'll hit F. So you'll originally be on single shot, then full auto, and you'll switch your grenade launcher, and then just switch between what type of round you have loaded. It's a scroll wheel option. Kind of like when you're in a vehicle in Arma, and you want to switch between like heat rounds and, you know, HE rounds, similar that way. So go ahead, make sure you got a HEDP round loaded up. Then we'll all get on line up here and fucking shoot these targets up here. So we'll just go ahead and go down the line, starting with Paxton. The range on that target is 150 meters.
I was gonna say have him guess it first, but
oh. So with that, so you were short Paxton, right? So with that, you'd use page up and page down to change your range. You'll see your range change at the top right of your interface. And then just make sure when you fire it, you know, you make it audibly clear. Like, hey, 40 out.
Gotcha. You want me to shoot again?
Yeah, go ahead and try it. Did you set your range?
Yep, 40 out.
All right.
Oh, shit, I gotta reload. Damn it.
Yep. Make sure you just call 40 out as you fire
40
it.
out.
Fucking
Nice.
easy, right? Hey, Kyle, go ahead and hit the ones behind that. A little farther out.
Roger.
So you know that close one's 150. Let's see if you can guesstimate.
40 out.
Knocked him down. That's a fucking kill, dude. All right, Thrift. Shoot out whatever one you fucking want.
Okay. 40 out. Close
Got
enough.
him. That was a
Damn.
fucking far shot.
Damn.
All right,
Little
Coffee.
snipe.
On you.
40 out.
And then Fletcher.
Oh, whoops. Better say 40 out, my bad.
All good. All right, then obviously, I already demonstrated the smokes to you guys, so I'm not gonna sit here and watch you fucking fire smokes and watch them fly across the fucking map.
Can I shoot one for fun?
Here, hold on.
You wanna shoot one?
Before y'all fire anymore, everybody just go ahead and turn around real quick. Alright. Hey, so, y'all did fucking outstanding tonight. I appreciate y'all coming out to RASP. You have completed all of the necessary training to become... Except for Fletcher, he apparently never got that part.
Oh, yeah. I'm so bad at it.
Left
double
control.
tap left control.
Yeah,
Left control.
there you go.
No, left control. There you go.
Nah, I got it this time.
Alright, where did I put that guy? Let me make sure he's... he needs a strong team leader. No, I'm just kidding. Alright, anyway, fucking, what's it called? No, y'all have completed all the necessary training to be a full member of this unit. So welcome to fucking Delta Company. Thank y'all for coming out. I want to let you know that you are being awarded with the National Service Defense Ribbon for completing RASP. And I'm going to place each of you into a squad. So from tonight on, you will have an actual place in the fucking roster, or on the roster, in the server, with a team leader, with a squad leader. Okay? That's the person you will let know if you can't make shit, or if you have questions, anything like that. So, starting with first squad, in 1-1 Alpha, Kyle, you will be their new rifleman for 1-1 Alpha. You will have Corporal AK will be your team leader, and Sergeant Gooch will be your squad leader. Next, in second squad, 1-2 Bravo, we will have Fletcher as the Grenadier, and your team leader as of right now is Specialist Dabrowski. I believe that's going to change because I think he's going on extended LOA. But your team, or your squad leader, will be Sergeant Castle. And then third squad, I've got 1-1 Alpha Thrift. You'll be their new rifleman, and your team leader will be Specialist Auron, and your squad leader will be Sergeant Mason, who's here behind me. And then in 1-3 Bravo, Coffee, you will be their new automatic rifleman, and Paxton, you will be their new rifleman. Both of y'all will be in 1-3 Bravo under Specialist Stradowski, or the hell's his goddamn name? Stroganoff. Jesus Christ. Stroganoff, yeah. I was thinking Stroke Me Off and then Strogowski, or anyway, fucking Strig will be your team leader. And that means that we only have one open spot in the line and a few open spots there in weapon squad. But I'm going to add all of your fucking tags on Discord. You will have access to a new channel that will be your squad channel. You can talk to your squad members and squad leaders in that channel. Fucking, you're more than welcome to hang around and shoot some more 40s. Gun, I think, will, probably help y'all if you need it. But instructors, Mason, fucking Shep, Dunn, Fryer, Abel, everybody that helped out, appreciate it. Y'all five, thank y'all for coming out. Really appreciate it. Looking forward to seeing y'all out there on Sunday. If you have any questions about anything in the unit, ask away. If not, welcome. So.
Thank you.
Coming out.
Thank you, sir.
It was
All right.
a lot of fun.
Fuck yeah, looking forward to it. Y'all work on them 40s.
Yes, 40 out.
I wonder how far this was gonna go.
A little bigger than a 40 fire.
I'm just not gonna zero it. See how it goes. 40 out.
Look at that red all the way on the distance, baby.